Virgo, how are y'all doing? Welcome or welcome back. We're going to get into your full reading, which means this is what a personal reading with me looks like. We are going to go through the Lenormand here, a sentence read from left to right, and then get into tarot on top of this, wipe the board totally clean, and get into Oracle, which is direct channel from the universe here. Okay, so we are hard at work. Okay, so this is the Empire card in the Lenormand, and this is really, really hard work, okay? Could be time to rest or take stock of your achievements. Yeah, achievements here. Could have a choice to make as well, but we'll get into that. Let's see what the story is. Okay, some sort of a mask here. What I'm getting with this is like the 3D, okay? So we could have like a choice between our own business and a normal job, okay? I say the muggle jobs, or just some balance that needs to be found within that 3D and 5D. We're actively looking at this right now, okay? This is actively looking towards this mask. Yeah, confusion, that's the 3D right there. So we have the people that just are sort of blinded, right? And it's almost like you're having this waking moment where you're like, man, what are all these people doing? Like, being at the grocery store and seeing people walk around like robots, right? And this is spirit, your spirit team that has you sort of under this protective dome. And it's like you feel that, you know that. So you're kind of like, well, what am I supposed to do with this information of like, I'm not meant for this type of world. Yeah, the sky is clearing here. Something is going to be coming to light. We've got the storms, the tower moments down here, and the sun comes through. There's your birds, which is your spirit team, to shed light on the things that are not working. Okay, and we have the storks. Yeah, to lead to sort of this happier vibration here. Sometimes this can be union or love, but we'll get into that and see what's going on. Bottom of the deck here, Seven of Pentacles. So again, taking stock of your achievements. Two of Pentacles, feeling as though we're juggling. I feel that many of you just have a lot going on right now, okay? So what's this mask? What are we sort of finding out about this authentic vibe? Yeah, look at that, the sun. Some sort of light has been shown here. Six of Pentacles could be about how we get prosperity. Receiving here, and Knight of Pentacles. This is a slow moving energy. So you could feel as though your spiritual path or having your own business, whatever that is for you, could be the path less traveled, yes, but it's more than that. It feels like strife, okay? Yeah, because we saw the mountain, but the Queen of Swords is what's coming out here under the clouds. Yeah, so it's like this is your conduit. And look at that. It like lines up perfectly to where the lightning is. It's like you having this awakening experience under the light. The light is shown down on you. Okay. And so this is like a bright awakening that was catalyzed through something. So this is like a waking moment for you. Where is this leading us here with the storks? What is this sort of bright new day, bright new beginning? Yeah, something to do with a choice here, but I want to see, yeah, they're saying it's up to you. Okay. Two of Cups, sorry. Ooh. All right, well, we got a lot of twos here. So, Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Feeling like we're busy. See the storms behind us brew in here. We could feel like this little sailboat is our business, and this big ship is the corporate job, that type of thing. And then we've got this decision to make here. And I got the King of Cups, which is where I slipped up and said Two of Cups. And that could be because I set down our Lenormand deck on top of this Two of Cups here. So some sort of decision that is coming to a head here. And I was getting a little bit of romance there. Queen of Wands is inspired, yeah, to manifest something different here. Yeah, you've been inspired to create something different. Yeah, something a little bit more intuitive here. But we've got some sad, disappointing energy around love, I feel. Yeah, Six of Cups. So there could be something about the past that is holding us back when it comes to this here. So let's dive a little deeper. And don't forget to like the video if this is landing. And if I haven't yet spoken about what the description says, it just means we haven't gotten to the bottom of it yet. So stick around and let's see what comes through. So what is it? Tell me more about this sun and the mask. Eight of Cups. Something we've walked away from or we're actively walking away from. It's like we found something out, now we're actively, wow, walking away potentially from a partnership here, commitment. Interesting, because I was talking about like where the money comes from with this. I didn't really get romance until here. So it does seem like this is something in the past here. King of Wands, Seven of Cups. It could have been someone that led us to this confusion, something from the past that still weighs heavy on our mind, whether we want it to or not. Something we could have like waited around for, and they just sort of got lost in the sauce, became a robot, and stopped living. Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting with this Knight of Pentacles. It's a slow moving knight. They're kind of at a slow trot, right? And we have these people, and I was saying walking around the grocery store like robots, and it's like your conduit here has said, well, there's something else. Yeah, I don't want to be like that. You could feel as though you're living in like a futuristic movie, and it's like you made it to the other side of something. Yeah, wow. Hold on, there's some sticking up here. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, this is cool. So I just got chills. So if you're this Empress or Emperor, we've seen both, you have made it to the other side of something here. You have come to the realization that you have a choice. You have a choice of whether or not to live in this sort of matrix, this futuristic movie, or to move away from all that. Yeah, through your manifestation. But look at that. Whatever we're moving away from, we definitely needed to. And Magician, Queen of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. This is like realizing you have a choice here. See how like unhappy she looks here, and see the eyes in this one. It's like, yes, follow me. And you're kind of like, rather not. And it's like you're going this direction here, changing your focus here. This is really good energy. I'm going to set this aside. I feel that there's more on that. And we've got the World, Ace of Wands, Hanged Man. Yeah. You're moving away from something here. There's the Queen of Swords again, and the Ten of Swords. Cutting something off with no remorse here. Yeah. It's like if you have a choice between two, it's like the Devil and the Empress. What do you think I'm going to choose? Obviously. So I think that the overall epiphany was that you have the power to choose here. You have the power to make your own choices, okay? And the one that's easy and set right in front of us is usually the matrix choice, right? Yeah. Something about work here, what you do for work. Okay. King of Wands, Seven of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. So a slow moving energy through the confusion. That's this. And we've already seen the Knight of Pentacles. And look at that. Knight of Wands, King of Wands. Or sorry, King of Wands here, Queen of Wands there. Yeah, you're deciding what you get to do here through this journey. And it's going to be to follow your star to your Emperor and the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Wow. You could have a really spiritual connection with somebody here that you're slowly but surely being called to, or this is like your soul mission. This is the North Star where we set our compass to, and we're like getting there to someone here. And I get that here. I mean, that's the ultimate. You may or may not have met this person yet, but I feel like you're waiting for a connection to feel like the King of Cups, like emotionally secure, emotionally open. And something has happened in the past here, Five of Cups again and Four of Cups. Disappointment as it pertains to that. And now the moon is at the bottom of both of these decks. And that was the Emperor as well. So you're using your intuition here as your guiding light, okay? And that's exactly where you should be. So let's see what else we've got. I think I know what deck I want. Let me find it. Okay. Yeah. Lovers at the bottom here. We had Two of Cups at the bottom here. So love could definitely be on the mind. I'm seeing Four of Wands as well. So we could have been connected to somebody that was somewhat of a fraud here. Right as I said, connected to somebody. Three of Swords. Made you crumple up your plans. It's like you had these bright hopes for the world when you were young. And it's almost like someone came along, yeah, bright hopes for what you want to do for work. Eight of Pentacles. So it's like you had these bright ideas and perhaps got into a relationship with someone who tore them down. Queen of Swords. Wow. This could also be like a really tough mother figure, something like that. The Five of Pentacles, there's not enough to go around. Knight of Cups, heart space, and the moon. Two of Swords. You're being guided. If you are somewhere that feels confusing and like there's not enough to go around and we have to carry the weight of the world, we're deciding to get out of that here from following our heart. See, we've got a stethoscope here. Following that heart intuition. 3 times for the moon. So I feel like there's a lot more to decode here. I want to keep all that moon energy because that's the way that you're being guided. Queen of Pentacles. There's definitely stability on the mind here. You could be feeling as though, in order to get out of one situation, you have to have the funds to make that happen. So you could be sort of praying for the stability to do that. Four of Swords, going through a healing journey. Page of Pentacles, Two of Swords again, Hierophant. Yeah, you're being guided and led through this. See all those ideas that course through you? I mean, yeah, Two of Swords landed right on this sort of relationship here. But the Hierophant is all those ideas. See that? It's channeled like straight from spirit here, and it's like you're putting it into action, but there's like a hovering that's happening, like too afraid to push post or too afraid to take the plunge. Something about that, okay, but you are being very much intuitively led here as it pertains to this new challenge. It is going to be challenging, okay? There is somewhat of a mountain to climb here, but I feel like you're up for the task. Okay, we'll get one more for clarifiers. I am curious about why we're seeing so much duality here. We have Four of Wands on the bottom here, so again, it's like the stability needs to be there first. Eight of Cups, landing right on the Eight of Cups. And then the King of Pentacles. Wow. Same story, walking away from something that felt stable, yet it was harmful to our health here. Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, confusion. King of Wands, Ten of Wands. Oh my God. This keeps happening. Ten of Wands, King of Wands. Ten of Wands, King of Wands. Something's very burdening here about leaving, about making some sort of a leap here. Seven of Cups. I feel like it's the confusion that's most annoying right now. But again, it's almost like Beauty and the Beast when she said there must be more than this provincial life. That's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. It's like settling for scraps from the GOV. Like, who decided what minimum wage was? That's bullshit. That's what you're saying. Yeah, look at that. That's what you're saying. I'll take liberation, thank you. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're like, no thanks. You can stay in your cage if you'd like, but I'm gonna be over here winning. That's you. Seven of Pentacles again. Grow in your own garden. You can stay trapped if you want, but that's not me. Yeah, and you know what? That's what I was getting here. I didn't even mean to skip around, but that's exactly right. That's the vibes right there. Okay. But still, there's some sort of disappointment here. Five of Cups. What's going on with that Four of Wands? Something to do with stability here that led to some great disappointment. Put us in our head here, put us in a state of waiting, a state of holding back our dreams and goals. Yeah. Nine of Cups, what we really want. Somebody could have been, again, like adding some confusion here about your strength, about what you're worth, about all this energy that you hold. I mean, wow. But deep down, you always knew that you had this sort of light within you. See this light here, but she's surrounded by the dark. And it's like that light is what opens up the bright new day. I'm telling you, it's you that opens up the bright new day. That's what I was getting with that conduit. Yeah, Justice, Page of Swords, and Ace of Swords. You, the Spirit's very happy with you. Okay. And they're saying they're going to continue to give you these downloads. These are downloads coming through from all angles here, and it could be adding some confusion just in the sense of having to go through the motions of the ocean, if you will, in that sort of labyrinth vibe, right? This is like that 3D sort of spiral, but it's like Spirit is going to insert these ideas into your mind as it sees fit, okay? And it's like keeping the gears turning around what it is that you really want so that you can make it there. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, Hanged Man, in these cool little waking moments. And I just said Hanged Man, so I'm going to grab the deck that has the Hanged Man on the bottom. Okay, split to the Three of Cups. Yeah, Spirit wants you in a state of celebration. If you follow Abraham Hicks or Eckhart Tolle or Wayne Dyer, they talk about the present moment, right? The power of now. Six of Wands at the bottom. So it's like if we consistently feel like we're on cloud nine and we're getting what we want, and I mean, we kind of manifest from that place. Yeah. And similarly, we manifest. So what I'm getting is we get what we think about whether we like it or not. Okay. It's one of those teachers that I just mentioned, but this is sort of that choice that you have here, waving this flag of resilience, of prosperity, of winning, or waving that flag of my heart is so painful. Wow. This could also be your choice. I only meant to grab this 8 and the 4 was stuck on the bottom. So focusing on work here, but being drawn back all the time to sort of like this idea of connection. There's that 9 of Cups again, which is this one. It's like you're trying so hard to focus on what you want, but your heart hurts. Yeah, the heart hurts. There wasn't enough love to go around. There was a deficit. This could be like losing hope in humanity in a sense. Kind of. That is the 5 of Pentacles. We had 5 of Pentacles here. So this is like the choice that you are making. Hanged Man in the middle. 3 of Wands again. So we could feel as though we're stuck at this waypoint. Okay, I'm getting like Treasure Planet and the space station. Yeah, it's like the in-between place, the mothership that people go to refuel, right? But it's suspended in space. It's like the energy of an airport where everybody's coming and going, and some people are like sad about it and they're exhausted. Some people are so happy because they're on their way to their trip, and it's like this in-between place where all emotions exist at once. Okay. So that's this in-between place where everything is nothing and nothing is everything. And then we decide to say, yes, I am divinely guided, divinely protected. Everything runs in my favor here, and I have these guides on either side of me that will never let anything bad happen. You see this? It's like you're going off to war, but you have these like giants that have your back. Okay. So something did definitely need to end. I believe it's a relationship here. But again, with that 5 of Cups, we're not happy about it. This could have been someone else's choice and not yours. Wow, 8, 8. 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups. Another 8 of Cups. So, yeah, somebody could have walked away from us and we really didn't want them to. We had half a mind to go chasing after them because there was a pull towards them. 8 of Wands can definitely be a pull. It's about communication. But it's like your heart is too pure for where this would have taken you. 8, 8 there as well. So it's almost like you had to fight off the urges to make peace with person. Yeah. King of Cups, Knight of Cups. Your energy was pouring into a person who was sort of like taking from you. Ace of Swords, Page of Wands. I swear it's like spirit intervened, or you did. Look at that. You're saying, look, I've got things to do, places to go, people to see. That's all this energy. I'm getting up out of this. Look at that. The Empress is poking up. That's what you said. You decided your worth here. And you laid it down. You said, listen here. And when you did, you spoke that truth about your worth and about what you want. This was like you getting coarse a little bit with spirit. And there's the Emperor or a person. For some of you, it's a person. For some of you, it was spirit. The Emperor, 7 of Swords. I'm telling you, somebody here was trying to like win over you. Sneaky vibes. Controlling, maybe. Wow, the devil. My voice just like, whoa. Ooh, now I have the Emperor and the Empress in my hands. you've decided what you want here, and I think you thought it was this person. You could have been really confused about who to go towards. We've got a King of Pentacles here, we've got a King of Wands here, we've got a King of Cups here, and we've got two Emperors. Those are probably the same person though, but the energy behind this Emperor is upsetty spaghetti. At least one of these. Whatever one makes you feel this is the one that you've been slowly but surely getting rid of here. Speaking some truth into it in order to help save your heart. Yeah, victory over the devil. I feel that you are giving your energy to someone who was sucking it up here, and you asked Spirit for help, and Spirit came down and said, not my collective. Spirit's with you here. I'm telling you, look at that. Three of Swords came back out, and Seven of Cups, that confusion. Uh, yeah, no. Spirit says no. Nine of Swords, absolutely not. Yeah, here's your choice here. Good or bad. Scorpio also got a reading that had devil on one side, angel on the other. So if you're connected to one or you have Scorpio in your chart, you may want to check out that reading. But yeah, someone's here is very confused. But we've got the World, we've got the Fool, and we've got the Five of Wands. I'm telling you, whatever path looks from the outside looking in to be more difficult is the one that's meant for you here. That's what they want you to know. Ace of Wands, because it's the creative. All that wand energy here. You could feel as though the world is stacked up against you here, or you could feel as though it's difficult to move. Yeah, it's the most difficult path is the way forward. But you're inspired. I'm getting with this Six of Pentacles to like get it yourself. You could have had a stable relationship where somebody was a partnership with you, but they didn't make you feel right. Again, controlling, kind of like into money, like in a weird way. And they would give you two pennies when really you needed five. Yeah, it's kind of like that here. They could have even been like, okay, you submit the bills. Here's two pentacles. Here's two pennies. It says three on there. And then you go to this person and you would say, hey, there's not enough here. I need more to do this. And they're like lashing out at you, like being mean. And you're like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, there wasn't a need for the animosity here. So you are having these waking moments, or maybe you just found tarot and you're inspired to do something yourself here. Yep, absolutely. Okay, let's see what your spirit team has to say about all of this. This is where all of this will make sense. I'll be right back. Okay, so I find it interesting to note, this is a total side note, but I think it's relevant. Normally, I pick up every single card one by one and I'll kind of group them together to tell the story that we just went over. For the first time ever with your reading, I did this. And I said, I don't want to deal with this. And then I collected all the cards, made a stack, and I said, I'll deal with that later. So thought that was relevant. Okay, so oh, I'm running out of sage spray. No, I'm not. Okay. Yes, let's clear that energy. So I think that that's relevant because I'm feeling you are like, yeah, I'm done with that. No more of that. And I got a song just now it's called 4-5 Seconds. Rihanna and John Lennon, and I don't know who else, all together, they sing, I'm 4-5 seconds from Wilden. I got 2 more days till Sunday, till Friday. I just want to make it back home by Sunday morning. Something like that. Okay, I'm probably butchering that, but that song could be significant. Okay, it's gonna be stuck in my head now, but yeah, I'm telling you, you are ready. You're releasing something, and it's from like the power of your will here, so that you can focus on your goals. I'm telling you, that's this. You've decided, yeah, like I matter. Like this realization has just come to light here. Like I have a lot to offer. Goals. 1, 1, so 11 could be significant. Okay, let's see. So that's what your center is. That's what you're focused on. Here is the South, what we are going through now, or the lessons that we've learned. And look at that. The rites of passage. Ooh, I'll tell you now. Whatever feels the most difficult is exactly what you should be doing. And I think that that's the direction that you are like asking about right now. Right here is introspection and goals, right? So that's this is pointing you here. And it all comes down to your inner vibration, okay? I know it's not necessarily what we want to hear, is that we create our fate by our vibration, what we send out, but that's absolutely true. When we were tapped into this lower energy here, with all that Empress world, that like bright vibe was right there. So I'm interested to see what comes out here. So messages directly from your spirit team here. Yeah, self-expression. Didn't I just say that? Wow. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Your vibe attracts your bank account. Yeah, your vibe is very, very important here. And this is something you're realizing, and realizing that you need to decide every single moment of every day to chase what feels inspired, what lights your soul on fire, okay? Interesting. This could definitely go towards the inner child here, inner child healing, and takes us right back to this cycle. Uh-huh. So the west is here. We're drawing a compass here. The south is here, but the west is here and the south is there. It used to really trip me up when I would get these in those positions, but it's just a highlight. Okay, so moving forward, as you go around, you're going to stumble right across a healing journey of the inner child, okay? Ancestral healing, I'm getting to. Taurus got that very strongly. If you have Taurus in your chart, you could benefit from that read. Okay. Let's see here. What do we have about this introspection? I really feel that, again, it's like this waking moment of, oh, I don't have to live this way. Right. That's that labyrinth. This is the 3D. Wow. And this is the unknown. You are literally realizing you don't have to live this way. There's like fire here. There's the birds, and you're in the dome, just like the labyrinth. And the jaguars are about the unknown. I'm a big fan. That's why I have one tattooed on me. The unknown, the void, great mystery. I'm also hearing new beginnings here. So you've got animals on your path as well to help you. Also, your ancestors. Your ancestors are very close to you. That came through on your last reading as well. So check your playlist because your last reading mentioned this as well. Okay, so what about this rites of passage? What do we need to know about this as we go along this path? The standstill, the witness, the beauty way. Yeah, I'm telling you, you're having these waking dreams, these waking moments. Okay, 7, 10, 4, 10, 1, 9, 3, 9, 10, 9. Some of those numbers could be significant, whether it's a birthday or a date or something. But I'm just being drawn to this. Maybe it's 644, 464, something. Anyway, okay, moving on. I get stuck on numbers sometimes. We have these waking moments here. This is you in the 3D, in the labyrinth, being like, you know what? If I look at this from an outside point of view, in reality, I'm on a floating rock, just catapulting through space, Why am I paying bills? That's what I'm getting here. So this is what you've realized. You've realized that nature does not hurry, and yet everything is accomplished. There's that medicine wheel. That's what we're doing. Cycles and their lessons, movement. It's like time is going to move no matter what. I might as well do something I want. Yeah, that's the truth of it. That's exactly right. 1, 3. See that? Like streamlined. Boom. This is that Ace of Swords, that Queen of Swords that we got. You're having these waking moments where you realized, yeah, that everything is magic. Another 3, 3. That's what you've realized. Everything is magic, so you're getting rid of anything that disturbs your peace. 4, 4. Yeah, rest assured that Spirit has got you here. Spirit wants you to have this realization, and it's actually going to lead you to a lot of abundance. Another 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Like a jackpot. I've never said that like that before, but it's like being at the casino and it's like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, your intuition is telling you to go this way. This is that moon energy, and this is 10 of Pentacles. That's time to harvest. Harvest time. And it comes through this self-expression here of everything that you've learned. It could be very important that you share your journey. You know, there's a lot of creators on social media who will share that. The journey, yeah, the karmic journey. Look at that. There's the tree again. It's like the only thing that you're missing is the nutrients to the root. Okay, it feels like you're pushing upwards and trying to like blossom out of like true grit. Grit and truth. Um, what I mean by that is the grit is like the ability to move forward and to continue pushing even though it's hard. And the truth is like the universal soul message that keeps coming through. But look at that. That path is going to lead you straight into a healing journey. Sweat Lodge is healing, purification, cleansing. So as you're growing on this abundant path, Spirit's going to keep guiding you. Look at that. Into the fire. Soul retrieval. Exactly. Into the cocoon in order to face your fire. Now this could be, I'm getting like that Queen of Wands energy that of course I put on the other table, but I'm thinking, okay, we've got Knight of Wands close enough. Okay, this is just what's closest to me. Okay, so that passion that guides you, the want to do better, the want to get better health-wise, get better, creative. This is creative, and Spirit's like, how'd you get there? What'd you do? What did you have to see? Where did you have to go? Who did you have to talk to? And expressing that it's time to like share that. Okay, so I'll leave that at the bottom. We did have Vision Quest at the bottom as well, right after a giveaway. Look at that, giveaway and death. There's something about what you're releasing that's like, this is the end of a cycle, the end of life as we know it. Okay, you're making some big, big moves. It might feel catastrophic, but they want you to know that it's for you. It is the best. It's difficult, but we need you on that difficult path so that you can reach what we want you to reach. Yeah, Watchers, which is the witness here, and connectivity. that's what I was getting with that 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. When I get this, it's like brain waves, like stuff clicking. Tink, 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 like little magnets that come together, and it's like do, 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 do. And so these are like your ideas. Boom, 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 boom. And they come together in such a way that it's like just happy. It's a guide on your path. It's like not even that you have breadcrumbs on your path, it's like the path itself is growing as you walk. Every single step, boom, like in Harry Potter, they walk up the stairs, and as soon as they're ready to take that next step, boom, then you take another step, and boom. It's like everything just aligns perfectly exactly where your next step is going to be. And it's because of these waking moments that you've had. So the waking moment is here. Connectivity will put in the center. Beginner's mind and closing of the door. I'm telling you now. You close the door on something, and as soon as that door fully shuts, boom, it's like you're not on this side of the door, you're on the other side where the light is. You're shutting the door on the dark, and you're taking this first breath like, ah, I can finally breathe. It's again, it's like everything is magic here. That's that magic. As soon as you close that door, I do believe that it is on somebody. It could be a job, but there's something about getting, I don't want to say getting over it, but kind of coming to this radical acceptance that it's not for you is what guides you even farther on your path. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that. That's what I get when I look at this card is every single one of these move like Hogwarts. So one step, boom. One step, boom. And it's like this satisfying little click every time your heel clicks on the stone. Tink, 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 all the way to the light. It does say possibility for union, and we've got soul contract here. But in between them, so some of you, if you're trying to connect to a twin flame and stuff like that, I've probably lost you by now already. But if that's kind of where you're headed or wanting to head to is this perfect love here, then this is the answer. Spiritual narcolepsy is being thrown off the path and into that confusion and like being swept up to where we can't soar. Okay, so the secret either way is to soar by focusing on your goals, your dreams, because that's a soul contract too. Spirit is saying your goals, your dreams are part of your soul contract also, is just as much as getting to a person. Okay, if that's your vibe. Some of you, I feel like there's two different versions of this story. Some of you are getting away from someone and going through this portal. And I swear to you, it's like the moment you walk towards this portal, spirit lets out a breath of fresh air and goes, finally, foop, and they close that door. And you are in the light. And this shadow, this mountain, this hardship you've had to climb up, you close the door on that, and everything brightens up. Okay? So that's interesting that we keep getting this combo on the channel of like, if you resonate with twin flame union, I feel like I need to talk about it. Yeah, because yeah, I feel the need to talk about it. But, we climb up the mountain, get to the peak of the mountain, and then start crossing this bridge to get into divine union, and plop, spirit puts the healing right there. So what is that healing for you? I don't know, but it's part of the change, the rites of passage. Look at that change. This like herald journey, hero's journey. Gestation period as well. Taking a long pause 369 is significant. Ooh, okay, let's keep going. We'll go around the circle one more time and we'll get some animals. Please like the video if you've made it this far. Manifestation here. Wow, I felt called to set that right in the center. Yeah, look at that. That's you. That's that Queen of Swords energy. It's literally like you fearlessly held up a conduit during a thunderstorm and said, hit me. That's what I'm getting from spirit. Like you wanted spirit to just like hit you like a ton of bricks here because you're called to get out of the confusion. You want to heal the roots so that you can get the fruit. And it all comes after closing this door. Some sort of a closure here. We'll see if it comes back out, but let's see what else we have. Okay, what do we need in the center here with getting out of the norm? Huh. Imagine. Imagine that. It's something about the creativity that lives within you. You get these inspired notions. That's what I'm getting, inspired notion to, again, like put out your staff, your conduit, and just be like, hit me with it. Huh. It's a talent that you have. I keep seeing confidence here and answers. Oh my. You're very confident in your spirit team. This to me is ancestors. And that is confidence. That's that painted face there. And it's the opposite of spiritual narcolepsy, which we've seen already. What was I just going to pick up? This. Okay. So you have come to this realization that you have this power. Okay, I'm not playing with you now. This is real. You could have just like learned that you're psychic or something. Beauty Way is the way in which we go about life, believing in the magic of it all, smelling the flowers, realizing how extraordinary it is that we are on this floating rock and there's beauty here. Taking a moment and witnessing without needing it to be an experience is what creates the experience. These waking dreams, these waking moments is a superpower for you. Closure and strength, new beginning. There is definitely something that is difficult to let go of here. We did see just about every king and queen. Yeah, grieving. They're saying you shouldn't have brought it up. Yeah. Yeah, because there's a desire here for balance in the name of commitment. Okay, we're grieving the loss of something we thought was just and right. And, it's like we were being pulled in two separate directions. And it was like spirit had a hold of one side and was like, absolutely not. We need you somewhere that is just. So there could definitely be another situation here for you, like a different partner. Wow, that feels a lot more like freedom. We don't want you in a cage. We want you drowning in blessings. Hello. Now, what's interesting is you remember I said it's going to be very telling to see what comes through right here. 54549. 999 is significant. Blessings, travel, reconciliation. This is a very strange message, but I'll get to this. What I was saying here is all that brightness in you, what makes you truly you, all of that beautiful energy like this was here. That's because it's been with you since you were a child. That's your true childlike self. All of this is. Ooh, I got chills all over. There's a song, American Honey. I think it's Lady Antebellum. It says, I gotta get back to her somehow. And I feel like she's talking about her inner child. You've had these waking moments since you were a child. You've had these pathways moving for you since you were a child. The world has always been magic. You've always had this breath of fresh air about you. People freaking see this about you. And it's your ability to tap into your inner peace, take a moment, look outside the box, see that everything is magic. That's a song too. Angels and Airwaves, Everything's Magic. That'd be a really good song. Career, Courage, Truth. So, wow. Yeah. Okay. So we could have been feeling as though our bright light, our intuition is shining towards this reconciliation, perhaps with another person. We want this light to be with them. And Spirit says, if you take this heart of yours, you can hold it in your hands and turn it into gold. Chills. Turn it into gold. The passion. So there's two different ways to see passion, right? Hot, heavy energy. A lot of times when we're watching tarot, we see Knight of Wands and they're like, oh yeah, they want you bad, blah, blah, blah. But passion is initiation. Passion is the grit, the ability to take action on what it is that you want. Wow, the Chariot is still right under that. Look at that. Take action on what it is you want, where you want to go. And you have a choice here. Focus down or focus up. Look at that. Her head is down. Focus down on a connection that maybe has been broken, or focus up on what Spirit wants for you. And we saw soul contracts over here, and we saw commitment over here. I think you're being drawn to somebody you don't know. That's the inner child healing, is feeling like we don't know which way we're being called, and Spirit's looking at you like, yeah, you do. You do, though. Yeah, your spirit guide said. You're being called to your inner truth as a career, and it's going to lead you to some sort of union here. Okay, I want to get one more on this inner child stuff. I haven't used this one in a long time. They're really cool and ancestry-ish for me. Like, I'm feeling a grandmother energy come through. I've been getting that a lot. A grandmother, what do we say in here? A celebration. Oh, wow. They're so proud of you. For listening. You did take on the call. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh. Ooh, the way that I just started crying. Okay. They are proud of you for listening. You see how there's parents here. Some of you, it could be both parents or both grandparents looking down on you. Okay, that's what this is for. But I feel your ancestors are proud of you for listening to their call, right? Through that truth, through that conduit, through these still moments where you don't know who you're talking to. You just know you're talking to somebody from the other side or what have you, talking to spirit, yes. And they were giving you this call to please leave. Because many of us resonate with this where they weren't really allowed to get a divorce. They weren't allowed to move away from the toxic person that they were sort of like stuck with for life, right? That's what I'm getting. If you have, I'm feeling a grandmother. If you have a grandmother that left, that's who this is, or wanted to, and you probably never even knew that because they just swallowed it. Yeah, power. The power to surrender. Oh my. Wisdom in dreams. Wow. There's that owl. You had someone come in and like save you. Yeah. They're like saving you. Oh my God. Look at this power. That's that self-expression that we were getting all up in here, and the power to surrender the things that we thought were meant for us. It's simply releasing the need for it to make sense, the need for adjudication, the need to get your voice heard by the wrong people. That's what this is giving. You may not get an apology, and that's okay. You may not get to say your piece, and that's okay. You may not be going in that direction, and that's okay. There's so much like patience coming through here, but I get strongly that you've had this sort of wisdom since you were a child here. I'm also getting that once you understand this initiation process and this hard upward climb, it's like the last of the cycle. Taurus got this too. They ended, they had all this closing door stuff right here, and this was cycles. And it's like every time we go around the spiral, which is why I do my readings this way, we go up a step, go around, up a step, go around. And that is exactly what I was getting here. Harry Potter. Boom, boom, tink, 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 tink. Because wow, they can't stand to see you upset. Wow. They can't stand it when you're like, oh my God. Oh, okay. They can't stand to see you upset. Okay, we'll put it there. They are so protective over you. Oh my God. Look at that. There's your sword. When you put your sword up into the sky and you said, Spirit, fix it. Jesus, take the wheel. That's who came in. And they basically said they like surrounded you in this divine light. Oh, that's what we were getting with the labyrinth. There was that little gable or uh gazebo. Look at that. They're also guiding you towards this tree that bears fruit here. Yeah. It's like when you were praying, they were shining light, but look at that. The light is on the mountain. They said, come over here and do this work with us. Wow, with us. And that's what I'm getting here is divine timing. See this? It's almost like the fates were written out. You received, okay. They're saying you picked up where they left off. Also, they want you, they want, get it together. Okay. They want you to know you're like a stunner. Like, oh yeah, those are my jeans. Yeah, 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 yeah. Them are my legs. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And they're so proud that like their genes are still walking this earth. Like it's so crazy. but they feel like they've been sort of helping to write this story here for your highest good, okay? Awakening and intuition, adventure, playfulness, yeah, and transition. They want you to get through this transition that you're in now so that you can like enjoy every moment. Like really see this like mystical, magical. That's where they want you. They want you on like a pedestal. They also want some of you, Paris could be significant here. I don't get that all the time, but I feel like some of you could have connections to that. You could have had parents, grandparents, great grandparents who went to Paris and had an experience, and it's like they want that for you. And that's the thing is if they don't see that bright, beautiful, loving light in you because of who you're with, they will continue to guide you to this mountain of closure. I think many of you have made that decision. You could just be like trying to get your way out here. Yeah, thought and intuition and strength. Yeah, and there's the bridge. Uh, We've been getting a lot on this channel about the twin flame journey, okay? There's the bridge, and look at their expression. Ugh, ugh. There's the white dove. This is spirit. There's your ancestor. You could be waiting on this bridge here, and it's like your spirit team is rolling their eyes. Like, ugh. They're like, don't waste your time on this loser. That's what they're saying. Have faith in the unknown here and the gratitude for this strength. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's something about this peace that you have, this overwhelming peace, Queen of Cups energy, and then Queen of Wands on the strength side. Yeah, you're like the perfect balance here. Perfect balance. And that's what they want for you. Every single thing working out in your favor, like, honestly. Okay, we're going to get some animals. I'm feeling called to do a more bright animal deck. Sometimes those others, they have not dark energies, but I don't want, yeah, it's literally like if I were to pick up this deck and there's one that says confrontation, or like this one is the one I was thinking of, it says deal, but you see, it looks almost like deal with the devil, right? So I don't want to risk that. I think it's interesting though, we keep getting these dragonflies and flowers. There was another one of these that had that on it too. It's like go where the wind takes you, but follow your sense of like smell, hummingbird vibes, following that sweet nectar around, going from flower to flower, chasing what is good, okay? Nobility with the elk. It says, celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. I'm telling you. Conquer challenges, climb the mountain. Powerful forces are guiding you. Ancestors. Crowned with success. That's what's crowning you. All that success. Take stock in your accomplishments. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. What else do we have here? That's in the center. Okay, so bear, jaguar, elk, freedom. We've gotten that a couple of times here. Getting out of anything. They're not even saying it's one specific thing. You know, like some of us could feel as though we're being served karma or something by being torn away from what we really want or torn away from a person, what have you. It could be a person, place, thing, job. It doesn't matter. Okay, horse. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose is calling you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. See that? Like out of the fire. Man. Your heart is pure, Queen of Cups and all of that energy. A greater purpose calls you, all of the wands and the creativity. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. Stamina. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. So, what's interesting here is this here is your mindset. I'm getting inner peace, truth, magic, close the door, start again, have the courage. The courage to start again is what's on your mind because we're grieving a commitment. Yeah, that's what's been on your mind. And they want your mind elsewhere, over here. If you're going to grieve something, grieve your inner child or, ancestral healing, whatever you want to call that. Inner child stuff needs your attention. Your goals, your dreams, your passion, the mountains need your attention. Look at that fire. Wow. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. Your ancestors have a lot of pull. Lion, tiger, bear. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Ain't nobody crossing you. Not a chance in hell. You're too delicate. Not in like a weakened way, but in like a magical, beautiful, angelic way. Okay, so we've got supernatural, similar energy to Jaguar. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Okay, so this wise sage, you've had this ability to have these waking dreams since a child. Okay, you've always been blessed with that power. You can shapeshift at will. And I'm getting that labyrinth again, all that 3D vibe. You can go into a corporate job and, put on the pencil skirt and heels and succeed there. But mastery is your destiny. This magic here. Your own business, your own bag, your own blessings. Keepers of secrets. Right over here, upside down over all this truth. The links. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowledge. You can see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. Okay, so I was just talking about how it's interesting that this is your mindset. It's like you want to get towards this magic, and it's like you want to take this breath of fresh air and this fiery, passionate, spontaneous new beginning. And it doesn't make sense to the rest of the world. That's important. It's not going to. They don't get this. You're not meant for muggles. Someone could like Harry Potter here. Oh, I'm still emotional. But it says take time out of the world here to be the observer, those waking moments. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowledge. Something about trusting what you receive. So, for example, if you're on this twin flame journey here and you're trying to like get with someone or manifest someone, that's what's taking up all of your mind space here because that connection also felt like magic. This is only going to be for some of you because I don't feel that strongly here. It's like a side tidbit, okay? And you could be getting these nudges to go a certain way in order to sort of like jump over this. I want to like jump over this closing of the door. And they do too. They want you to. If it was something you were meant to, well, first of all, you'd have it if you were meant for it. But I feel like there's more there, but it's getting stuck. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's a reluctancy to closing this door. There's a reluctancy to leaving the past behind. The energy could feel heightened at this time, something like that. But keeping secrets. You see others' secrets and you keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you find your strength. Yeah, that's because this is a solo journey. That's why. Oh, okay. I know this is a long one. I've been trying so hard to make these not as long, but here we are. So here's you with your sword, and you're like, bring me this soul tie, bring me this person so we can do this together. And your ancestors like stepped in because it's a solitude thing. I'm also really getting that a lot of your favor has come from the ancestors. You picked up where they left off with that writing. You picked up where they left off. So this is weird. I almost get this feeling that your ancestors have a say-so in who you're with. Yeah, because when we got the bridge, I've been picking up on the bridge a lot on this channel. Look at that. They're like, no. They see what goes on behind the scenes. If your person like talked crap about you or anything like that, look at that guardian angel. They don't think they're going to have a say-so in whether or not your person deserves you. Current energy or future, but yeah, protection again. Look at that. Rejection was divine protection, that's for sure. But I'm stuck on this. You see others' secrets and you keep them sacred. It's like you didn't react here, like in a good way. Guardian protection. Wow. You just got to trust here. And there's also a friend always prepared. You see that? Okay, I'll get back to that. Okay, hold on. There is a thing called feasting the ancestors where you set out a plate for them, passed over loved ones. Fairies, same thing. Milk and honey to the fairies and a full feast to your ancestors, feasting the ancestors. Something to look up, but there's some way to give back to this ancestral energy. They're also saying it's not needed. It's enough to know that I'm here. Okay, but you see, I always like when these are side by side and you can see the colors. There's the ancestors and they're looking at you while you're focused on your pine cone corn, the fruit, the things that come off the trees. That's where you're meant to be. Loyalty here. Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and a friend. That's your ancestors. And they're also saying, the enthusiasm and the inspiration is just enough because we love you without condition. Okay, so feasting the ancestors is optional, but it is coming up to be Thanksgiving, so think of them. Okay. Always prepared. This is you when you're in your truth, expressing yourself perfectly with all this passion. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. Yeah, something about that off course. Oh, this is the bridge. This is your path, and there's like this other path. There's many paths off the bridge here. So if you're trying to connect to a person, it's like you're supposed to be over here under this light, enjoying your spoils. Yeah. Okay. So we've just got these two here. Guardian, so bear is coming through again. Gentle and wise protector, give me your guidance and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken my intuition and guide me. Yep, those waking moments are your guides, for sure. Sea turtle, you are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. That's insane. Because again, that's this. Everything unfolding in perfect balance. That's what they want you to know. You are a master of finding the flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm, and your path will unfold. Persevere, and you will succeed climbing up the mountain. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. You're already protected, now it's time to be happy. That's what that is. They don't want to see you unhappy. They're saying ever again. I don't want you unhappy ever again. Community is here. Your work blesses everything you touch. You are the queen of abundance and change, embracing transformation. And there's the dragonfly again. Courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is within me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. Look at that. I mean, it leads to infinite possibilities. It gives you better, clearer ideas, smart solutions. Okay, I'm gonna head out. This is beautiful. I cried. I will amp you guys up in the shorts. I was very frustrated with the tarot portion, so I really hope you guys made it to this point because this is absolutely insane. Miracles are on the way. I already mentioned the hummingbird here. Bringer of joy, blessing the world with positivity. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Your ancestors feel like you're the miracle. You're the prize. Okay. All right. Leave a like, click some buttons, and check out your playlist. I'll have more for you up soon. Check out the shorts as well. I will see you all on the next one.